Since Call of Duty Vanguard, something has felt off. For years, players have voiced concerns about strange mechanics, matchmaking inconsistencies, and a sense that the game is no longer the fair competition it once was. I left the series after Ghosts, convinced it was garbage, but even after walking away, I couldn't help but wonder, how does Call of Duty still sell so well? Why do people keep playing the same game year after year despite the same glaring issues? And the short answer, Activision knows exactly what they're doing. With every new title, they push the limits of what players will tolerate, introducing systems like skill-based matchmaking and, more recently, the controversial Ricochet anti-cheat. Channels like Blame Truth have been calling this out for years, and while there's been speculation, the hard evidence has always been elusive. And this is why we can always just speculate, but as long as the community, the majority, feels the same, we're maybe able to prove something here. So today I want to connect the dots because I'll show you how Ricochet, skill-based matchmaking, and crossplay have changed Call of Duty in ways you might have not expected. And by the end, you'll understand why Black Ops 6 feels the way it does and why you, like me, and many others out there, are probably being manipulated. If you're new here, welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, leave a like if this video resonates with you, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I love hearing from all of you, and with that said, let's dive in. When Ricochet was first introduced with Call of Duty Vanguard, it sounded like a godsend. Finally, a robust anti-cheat system that would root out hackers and make games fair again. But almost immediately, players noticed something strange: packet bursts. For the first time, lag spikes disrupted gameplay for seemingly no reason, and the same issue popped up in Modern Warfare 3, and now, with Black Ops 6, it's back. Unlike traditional anti-cheat software, Ricochet is designed to make adjustments in real time. For example, if someone's caught cheating in Warzone, Ricochet might disable their weapon damage mid-match, scramble their aim, or force them to miss their parachute landing. This is done to make cheaters more visible to other players without immediately disrupting the match or causing a ban. This strategy is part of a broader set of measures designed to mitigate the impact of cheaters while they're in-game, rather than waiting until the end of the match or until they are banned. In addition to disarming, we have other mechanisms like cloaking, which makes legitimate players invisible to cheaters, and damage shielding, which protects legitimate players from cheaters. Sounds clever, right? But think about it, if Ricochet is constantly tweaking gameplay to punish cheaters, how often is it accidentally affecting legitimate players? And does Ricochet really stop cheating? Or is it more about giving the illusion of control? So here we have the answers. Skill-based damage is not skill-based damage, is called disarming. So whenever you don't do any damage, it is Ricochet thinking that you're cheating, so you have to be adjusted in real time and you don't do any damage. And at the same time, the guy who gets shot gets that damage shielding. Like I explained, protects legitimate players from cheaters so that they don't get the damage, right? And I just wanted to add something to the cloaking stuff that they address. And I might be tripping, but this is my honest feeling about it, like my opinion that I have about it, since Black Ops 6 was a wild ride. Like, this game was insanely bad. But this game, especially in the last weeks, I wondered so many times where I got killed from. And then I looked at the kill cam and the guy was like right next to me, but I didn't see him. I just didn't see him. And we gotta talk about skill-based matchmaking for a second again, because it has been a hot topic for years, and Black Ops 6 this year has taken it to a whole new level. Because in older games, matchmaking was simple: you would just join a lobby and play against whoever was there. Sometimes you'd stomp, sometimes you would get stomped, but it was random, and that's what made it fun. By now we all know every match feels like a grind, as BMM ensures you're always matched against players of similar skill, which might sound fair, but we talked about it in the last video, it's just completely rigged. And this circles back to the question: Have you ever felt like your bullets just don't hit as hard in some matches? Or that your movement feels sluggish for no reason? That's not a coincidence, guys. Like, I'm serious. Systems like skill-based matchmaking and Ricochet use these mechanics, like I talked about. Damage, shields, the adaptive hit registration, so to say, to even out the playing field. In other words, if you're performing well, game might actively nerf you to give weaker players a chance. And this is what we all feel when playing the game. At least most of us. I would say the above average player. It doesn't obviously end here, guys, because there's more. We talk about crossplay. Crossplay was marketed as a way to bring players together, but let's be honest, like, who actually wanted this? Who invented this? Most console players don't want to deal with PC players or cheaters, which I totally understand. And on the other hand, PC players like me don't want to face aim assist heavy console users. And yet, Activision forces crossplay on us, even removing the option to disable it. I remember, I think it was when Warzone came out, like 5 years ago, you were able to disable that. And now you might ask yourself, why? Well, because Ricochet relies on PC resources to function. It's no coincidence that Ricochet is primarily a PC-based system. It uses the power of PCs to monitor and adjust gameplay in real time, even for console players. Like, if you want to do some research, there is no anti-cheat on kernel level on consoles. You guys don't have anti-cheat, because in theory, if you guys would only play on console against each other, you wouldn't need that. Like, you would have people using Zim and Cronus. I know it's a big issue in the Rainbow Six Siege community, but think about it. Really think about it. How does Ricochet actually benefit console players? They say, like, yeah, you benefit from it because the PC players in your lobbies have the Ricochet anti-cheat running in the background, so you benefit from it. But if cheaters are primarily on PC and Ricochet is designed to target them, what advantage does a console user gain? None. The real reason for crossplay is data collection. Like, by forcing all players into one ecosystem, Activision can gather more data, improve Ricochet's AI, and justify its existence. It's as simple as that. Like, console players don't need that. The argument that it's safer for console players, it just doesn't make sense. And if you read between the lines, in my opinion, this just proves they just want to have a reason or try to hide what Ricochet is doing in real time, because it's connecting to or communicating with all the different clients, like the people that are on the server. It doesn't make any sense that Ricochet is, so to say, monitoring console players' behavior, right? They would never cheat, they cannot cheat. It's the PC players who are cheating. So this argument is just trash. And to be honest, guys, if you ask me, it is no coincidence that console players are now dependent on Ricochet, even though they don't actually benefit from it, right? You know what I mean? Like, if you're cheating on PC and Ricochet would work, you would get banned, but you don't get banned. Ricochet just analyzes the whole data of the whole lobby and then decides, oh, this guy was put in here, but he's popping off. This doesn't make any sense. We have to nerf him this lobby. Maybe next round we will just put him in limited matchmaking and see if he is actually cheating. So we will put him in the naughty corner and he has to play some games in that limited matchmaking for whatever reason, because our anti-cheat is trash. It doesn't really know if you're cheating. It just analyzes stats in real time and adjusts gameplay in real time. This is what Ricochet does. And let me tell you guys, when you put all the pieces together, a clear pattern emerges. Ricochet isn't just an anti-cheat system. It's a tool for control. There's AI behind it. And you know why AI is behind it? Because that stuff can do real crazy stuff in real time, like analyzing data about millions of people who play the game. So in order to have a system that works reliable and fast and real time, you would need AI or a program like Ricochet that is disguised as an anti-cheat. when it's not. By tying it to SBMM, crossplay, and real-time gameplay adjustments like cloaking and damage shields, Activision has created a system that manipulates every aspect of your experience. And this is what all these content creators tell you since years, because they have sensed it. They have played the game since they're kids, since the first Call of Duty, and they have felt the change in the industry. They have felt that corporate greed took over. And I can ask you again, do you feel like your matches are fair? Like, are you in control? Or do you feel like the game is working against you? And I can tell you that 99% of all people will say that it feels like the game is working against you. And this isn't just about cheaters or matchmaking, it's about a system that prioritizes data and revenue over player enjoyment. And as long as we keep buying in, Activision will keep pushing the boundaries year after year, over and over again. And if you've made it this far, thank you. I hope this video helps shed light on what's really happening behind the scenes lately. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree? Have you noticed these issues yourself? And most importantly, what do you think we, as a community, can do about it? And if you ask me, I would just stop playing the game, stop buying it. I mean, I didn't buy it. It was free on the Game Pass, which is also a red flag if you ask me. Like, a Call of Duty being, so to say, free with the Xbox Game Pass, it just, like, if you just think of it, it is there to attract the majority of players, just to increase chances of microtransactions. That's all that is behind that. And now couple it with, I mean, the skill-based matchmaking, couple it with the Ricochet anti-cheat. Like I explained before, it's artificial intelligence behind that. Like, this shit can do stuff in real time. And I would argue this is the reason why it is also implemented on PC, because you need some computing power, you know, to do it in real time. Maybe they have servers that do that stuff as well, that is connected to the clients, and this is why we have packet bursts. I don't know. It's all just theory, speculations. Like, we are left in the dark. Usually companies, developers in general, they share data. If you take Epic Games, Fortnite for example, they publicly share all the data that they have. And I think it was Call of Duty Warzone 2.0, I don't know, was years ago when I already wasn't playing the franchise anymore. But there were people arguing on YouTube that they would update or patch the game and change the TTK of weapons without putting it into the patch notes. You know what I mean? Like, what are they even doing? Like, they hide stuff from us every single time, and in the end you're so confused that you don't even know where to look at and how to fix the problem, because this whole game is rigged every single time it launches. Like, it is doomed. I don't know what else to say. But that's it for today, guys. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Let's keep this conversation going in the comments. I like to reply to a lot of you guys because I have really smart people in the comment section, and I really appreciate that you guys are here, and actually over 25% of you that have subscribed are watching my videos. So I really appreciate that. And yeah, like I said, that's it for today, guys. Take care, enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you in the next one.